first guest transitioned from residential construction to entrepreneurship after recognizing the potential in the window treatment industry. Sevag Kourjakian joins us now to share insight into his remarkable career shift. And Sevag, tell me a little bit about this transition and how it all came to be.
We started off, of course, with some construction background and realized how much opportunity there was in the window treatment business. So in 2015, we decided to establish in South Florida, Palm Beach County. And there was some opportunity of growth. So we decided to launch Shoppers, Drapes, and Blinds. And of course, the name says it in itself. You know, we sell a full array of custom window treatments, blinds, drapes, plantation shutters. You know, we're in the residential and commercial side of the business. So we're not involved in manufacturing. We're strictly sales and installation.
So is this a franchise model that you have?
Yeah. So it started with a corporate office. And now after 9 years of success, we decided to take that franchise model, to take that business and turn it into a franchise model. And, something that I like to point out that, most businesses fail in the first year due to faulty business models. In fact, 45% of new business fail in the 5 years. So I think given our success, we decided to franchise the business model and pass along all our trade secrets to our franchisees. So the great thing about this business model is that, there is no inventory. Everything is made to order. So, you're not sitting on stock or tying up, cash flow. So, all to say is that, we have, great relationships with manufacturers that give us high profit margins while remaining competitive in the market.
Wow. So what type of characteristics and skill sets are you looking for as far as operators of Shoppers, Drapes, and Blinds and the franchise?
Right. So, that's a great question. I just want to make note that this is not a passive business. And of course, not every business is for everyone. So we're looking for individuals who are willing to commit, work hard, learn all aspects of the business, which includes, sales and installation. That doesn't mean that you can't hire a subcontractor to do some of the work. It just, it'll be eating away at your profits, of course. We offer a 3-week comprehensive training at our headquarters in Florida. Staffing could just begin with just, 2 people, one person doing sales on the road while the other one's handling the office, walk-in scheduling and receiving products. And, what I've learned over the course of my journey in this industry is that, you can't be held hostage in your own business. So to ensure success, you would have to be able to, learn all aspects of the business. You should be able to fill in a position. For example, if your, employee calls out sick, go out there and, do their job because you don't want to be at anybody's mercy.
Is it one of those things that you don't necessarily need a brick and mortar for the business?
You actually do need a brick and mortar. So this is not like a home-based business.
Okay.
Yeah. So we want all our franchisees to have a brick and mortar location to serve their territory. Now, the whole purpose of having that showroom is for local branding. You're going to have your daily operations where you're going to be receiving your products, scheduling appointments. You're going to get foot traffic. You're going to get phone calls. So, it allows customers to find you locally, establish a brand. You're marketing the brand locally. Customers will walk in, test out, try out the samples. They're going to give a deposit, and, they need to know, where can I find you if I run into a problem? That's a big, I've heard of many horror stories where consumers would give a deposit and they would never hear back from the seller. They keep, chasing, their money. So our average ticket is $2,500. So can you imagine losing down payment?
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. So what are the typical business hours? Is it a typical 9 to 5 or not necessarily, because you are dealing with individuals and commercial businesses as well?
Well, that's a great feature about owning a Shoppers Drapes blinds business is the hours. Really, our showroom hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays we're open for those who work during the week. Of course, you try to accommodate some customers where you'll go out to their house, sometimes on occasions and evenings. Sundays, we keep it closed, and it's worked for us for over the course of 9 years. I think it's healthy to have a day off. I've worked in several industries in my life, and I could vouch that this type of business has a great work-life balance. You know, you're home in the evenings, you're home mostly on weekends. It's kind of great for a family life. And of course, nothing comes easy. The first few years are crucial for every business. And, that's why each owner should be present and dedicate themselves for their investment that they're going to be making. You know how the saying goes, put the time in and enjoy the fruits of labor.
Exactly.
So you want to structure your business where, you could step back and have your staff run the operations after a couple of years into it.
Typically, for those that are interested in franchising, how many employees are you looking at? Does it vary on location and the amount of business that you have?
I would say the typical startup employee, I would say, is roughly about 2. You start off with one salesperson on the road with somebody who probably owner operators that will start off, typically husband and wife or a couple or a family. They'll do the sales. From there, you'll have somebody in the office that will take care of walk-in traffic and does all the scheduling. So we start off with 2, and our corporate store started off with 2, and then with demand for our products grew, and now we're up to 12 employees full time.
And what is the total investment on investing in this franchise?
All right. So that's the question everybody wants to know. The investment range is between 108 and 208,000, and those factors are determined, whether you're financing or purchasing your commercial vehicle. You are going to need a vehicle. You're going to need tools and ladders. Part of that investment goes for your first, last, and security for your premises, your showroom build out. And you're going to need, of course, some electronics to go with it. So I would say the average investment, we're give or take, depending on your location, is roughly 125 to 150,000. That's including the franchise fee.
And then that does not include the actual brick and mortar. So that would be on top of it, correct?
No. So that's the first, last, and security is your rent towards your location. We're not expecting individuals to buy out the location. You're leasing, you're building out and getting it, started, furniture, FF&E.
How many locations do you have right now, and how many locations do you want to build to?
So our focus has been Florida, and we've just opened the doors for non-registration states. We launched a franchise model in early 2024. We are currently 2 locations, and we have several under negotiations. We're not about quantity, I would say. We're more about quality, trying to find, the right candidate. So let me elaborate more on that. So we're not about selling multiple units. We rather work with less individuals, but qualified individuals to put our focus towards them so they can grow that franchise. And, we're allocating a fairly large territory of 500,000 in population. So,
So if folks want more information on the franchise, how do they get in touch with you?
So you'll probably see a drop down on the bottom over here. You could reach us by email, and we'll get in touch with you. There is an application to fill out, of course. And part of our franchise training is there's a 3-week mandatory training at our facility where we'll teach you all about the products, the operations, the sales tactics and the installation techniques. We also offer extended training at no charge. So, we want to ensure that our franchisees are well trained and, they're confident before stepping off on their own. After all, they are representing our brand.
Well, Sevag, thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully you'll have a lot more franchisees out there that are interested in investing in this. Shoppers, Drapes, and Blinds. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.